Hello, good afternoon, everybody. How's everybody's Sunday going so far? Is everything working on my end so far? I hope so. Probably. Hang on, I'm not getting any music on my end. I can fix that real quick. Hold, please. Dude. There we go. Fixed it. Fixed it. My monitor was off. I wanted to make sure I could hear those smooth beats in the background. Keep myself energized for this cleaning stream. Hello, welcome on in. All right, so I've got quite a lot to go through today. Trying to figure out where's the best starting point. I could either do GameStop new games. I could do GameStop used games. Hang on, my thing. There we go. Fixed it. But yeah, lots of good choices for where to get started here. I think what I'm gonna do. Oh, of course, I forgot my screwdrivers that I need to. Yeah. All right, be right back. I gotta grab a bit cleaning screwdriver in order to clean off this game. There you go. All right, I've returned with this. Gonna need that to get inside here. Okay. So, Super Punch-Out is a game I owned in childhood, and I don't remember what I was doing. I think I was just looking for like going through my Super Nintendo collection. I don't remember what caused it, but I somehow realized I didn't have it anymore. I don't know what happened to it. I don't know if like it got stolen from my collection at some point and someone was like, ah, my favorite one, Super Punch-Out. But yeah, so this is not my childhood copy, which means all of my amazing times, including I had the top time you can get on Piston Hurricane from childhood. I'd figured out the frame perfect trick on that one. It's gone. I don't think I have that memory of how to do that anymore. But we had to go rebuy that. We had to go make sure we had a copy of Super Punch-Out. One of my favorite Super Nintendo games for sure. Possibly the best best Punch-Out game in the series. Very good. You are not rolling for base stats for the character. We use static stats in an array from 18 to 8, so every character is actually viable to play. That's smart. That's smart. I dabbled briefly in D&D, and I don't think I ever had a good enough DM to have like a good time playing Dungeons and Dragons. I think part of my problem is like, you know, like it was my first time playing Dungeons and Dragons, and like I think I ended up getting my character killed off, and I was like, look, I need a save state or something. Can I like reload a save file or something? Like I've played video games but not D&D. I would like to try this again now that I know what I'm doing. I had to learn the game, right? Like I don't know how this game works yet. So I'm sure that's probably the hardest part of any D&D campaign is like if you don't have a good DM, like the whole experience for everybody is garbage. Hello, Mr. Mullet Gaming, another ASMR cleaning stream. That's right, I have to be very calm and quiet as I clean these cartridges. I'm just taking a rubber pinky eraser and I'm just rubbing across these contacts, applying enough pressure to push off the junk, but not so much pressure that I damage it underneath. I'm now going to go left and right across the contacts to really get off any of that dirt and grime that was on that board. Thanks for motivating you to beat that Zelda dungeon last night. So much fun. You're welcome. I knew you could do it. Once you were like, oh, I figured it out. I'm like, listen, you've got to beat the dungeon this sitting right now, because first of all, you just got your motivation back to beat it. Secondly, next time you come back, I don't know how much time that might be, and you may not remember what you were doing, so you got to go back right now. You got to go and finish it off. All right, so here's a progress report. We're already looking much better on those contacts. So last thing we're gonna do, yeah, and you can see this, like, this amount of, like, gunk that I got off the board. All right, so next step is I'm gonna take just some, you know, cotton swabs and some 91% isopropyl alcohol that I've put in a little squirt bottle. And I'm just gonna kind of get that soaked up with some alcohol, and we're just going to rub that back and forth across those contacts again, just to kind of polish them up a little bit, getting that last residual junk off here. Also use this step to get off any other eraser shavings I have. If I'm getting any color off of here, like I'm getting a little bit here, that implies that I'm clean, something is getting removed from these contacts, that I'm getting something off of here doing this. So I'm glad I went ahead and did one more step here to get all these little bits off. And yeah, we definitely have a little bit of color off of here. So sometimes when I see color like that, I'll go back and hit it a second time, which I might do here, because I think this is my only Super Nintendo cartridge I'm cleaning today. This is an eBay purchase. Yeah, I'm still kind of gross. I'm gonna go and flip this over and get the other side and do it again. This is an eBay purchase. I paid a little more than I wanted to. Not terrible. I think it was like 28 bucks or something like that for a copy of Super Punch-Out. So not super good, but I just can't. I like to call this like an idiot tax, when it's like, I thought I had a game in my collection, it's not actually there, I can no longer get it for the best price, but I also want to fix this as soon as possible, because I should never have put myself in this position anyway. I feel like part of me is missing when a game that was in my collection is suddenly like not found, not there. It's not a thing that happens, because I, you know, do a really good job of, you know, keeping all my stuff organized, keeping it in alphabetical order on the shelves, putting it away as soon as I'm done. The only thing I can think of is I do lend my games out to people sometimes, or I'll do like trades of like, hey, why don't you, you know, take my Mario, my Punch-Out game while I'm, you know, playing your, I don't know, Teenage Mutant Ninja Turtles game, whatever. And so sometimes those, like, you know, never really come back. Well, this is a fun one. I just ran it across the bottom of the thing, and that got a ton of junk off of here. So that's kind of fun. I don't normally get that much dirt off the end of the board. So I'll go through that a couple more times just to get that cleaned up a little bit off the base. That should be plenty good, though. While I'm here, I'm going to just give a quick look in this cartridge. Yeah, ew, gross. Those are dead bugs. All right. So now that I've seen a couple dead bugs that I've knocked out of this plastic, we are immediately moving into the all-purpose cleaner. I'm going to put some of this on a paper towel and wipe down that junk. Gross. All right, so we're just going to give that a little spray. And yeah, you can see a bunch of color coming off of there as well, so pretty gross. The Torg is less than 1 month away. That's right. For some reason, they left my name off the special guests. I don't know how they keep doing that, but you know, there is going to be an appearance by Sir Chadley OC, content creator, Twitch streamer. What's funny is I'm going to undercut all the prices for those autographs and selfies that all those other guests are doing. You know, like you know, Charles Martinet, he's going to charge, I don't know, 40 bucks for an autograph or something like that. I will do it for $10. Yeah. Only $10 to get an autograph with Sir Chadley OC. Much cheaper. You want to get a selfie? That's like $5. That's it. Much cheaper. It's quite a savings to go through Sir Chadley for all your content creator signature needs. Alright, we got that better. Like how much this has torn this up just because of all the nooks and crannies in there that I've gotten it all caught on. Yeah, Mr. Mullet Gaming's name was also not on the VIP list. I have to set up a card table in the corner. Yeah, that's probably it. We'll just have to do that. We'll just have to do that, I guess. This half of it is not as dirty as the other half, thankfully. But yeah, Torg is now a weekend convention instead of a one-day convention. I guess expo. What do they call themselves? An event? Oh, I did get the back of that. I remember that now. Okay. But yeah, they're now 2 days. It's now Saturday and Sunday. So I'm trying to figure out what my plan is for that. I don't know if I'm going to go both days or not. I think my plan is to get a weekender badge, I think. Let me get a weekender badge and then decide for myself what I'm going to do. I'm sure I'll be there probably Saturday, most likely. And then Sunday, I think I'll just come back if I feel like I had more to do. That said, it sounds like most of the cool like panels and stuff is on Sunday, whereas the I could spend all day Saturday buying games that are on sale and stuff. Absolutely never ever remember how to put this in correctly the first time. There we go. We got it. Okay. Let me see if I can find a place to put this. It's not right on top of the gross buggies. There we go. So you'll be there on Sunday only, you and the whole mullet crew. Okay, good to know. Good to know. Could be, again, that could be the motivation to come back on Sunday after an all-day Saturday. Yes, Scotch and Hobbies. We are talking about Torg, T-O-R-G, which is... What does that stand for? I don't remember what that even stands for now. The Ohio Retro Gaming something. Ohio Retro Gaming or something like that. Yeah, it's a weekend in Columbus, Ohio. My hometown, well, where I live, Mr. Mullet Gaming, I believe, is just a relatively short drive away. So they have a lot of, mostly it's a lot of tables of people selling their games is the big thing, but they also have a few other events and guests coming up. This is grossing me out, by the way. So I'm going to take some of that cleaner and try to wipe off my board and hopefully pick up all that junk so it's not just sitting there. It is not working like I was hoped for. All right. Emergency situation. There we go. It's clean now. No, it's not actually. Gosh. Come on. There we go. We're good. All right, we're going to throw that in the trash pile. About an hour and 15 minutes for you. Yeah, that's... For me, it's like 25 to 30 minutes. All right, so here's what I'm going to do, too, because this is my only Super Nintendo game. I'm going to plug this in and put it on that television, which will give us something to look at in the back. And also, I'll get to test my Super Punch-Out. And should be able to... Do I have my headset mic on this setup? Hang on. Mic... Yes, if I turn off my thing. Okay, there. Cool, so now you can still hear me, I think. I do need to turn this on, but turn it down. My little card says I need video 1. Perfect. Go, and I just got to plug in the video out real quick. Got it. All right, good news. Super Punch Out is working. So we're just going to let that run. Nice. That can just be our ambient background. All right, turn off my headset mic. There we go. Back to just speaking stuff. Torg is November 11th and 12th. First time it's been a 2-day and located at a bigger venue. Oh, is it a bigger... so I know it's still at the Columbus Fairgrounds. Is that... Is it in a different building in the Columbus Fairgrounds? I suppose it is. Is it just a larger fairgrounds building? Sense. Also, last year was jam-packed. It was. Indeed it was. And I'm sure I was there at the same time as you. I just had no idea and probably didn't see you. You probably weren't wearing the mullet, and therefore I had no idea who you were. That's probably what happened. I do have a question for the viewers, by the way. What do you want to see next? Do you want to see... here's your choices. You can either do GameStop used games. We can do GameStop new games. Or we can do eBay pickups. Which of those would you like me to clean next? I'm not going to set up a poll because there's like, only a couple of us here. So whoever gets to call it out first. GameStop used. There it is. Thank you. All right, GameStop used. Let's just pull up the pile. All right. So, reminder that GameStop had a 4 for $20 and a 4 for $10 sale going on at the same time. And so I bought a bunch of stuff. They will be very dirty, most likely. Lots of stickers that I plan on having to remove here. So yeah, of these, I think I bought, I want to say it's 28 games. I think it's 28 games. And of those 28, hang on, I just noticed my camera is going on it. There we go. Of those 28 games that I bought, I think 6 of them came loose, like without the original case and manual. So it actually is a much better percentage than I would have expected, much better than I usually get. So I'm actually really happy with that. I'm actually really happy with that GameStop haul. So let's show it off. Let's work on the stickers. Let's go for it. So this is the first one, Tales of Zestiria. I do own this digitally already. I think I bought it for somewhere in the neighborhood of $10 digitally a couple years ago. But I figured why not get a physical copy while I can. So super happy to get the case on this one. It does have a sticker on the back, so we will peel that off. Inside, no manual, but I don't know if it had one anyway. And I might as well show off the disc real quick. Disc looks fine. Nothing I'm going to do with there for disc. There's my face. There's my camera. There we go. Everything looks good there. So what we're going to do for pretty much all these games, the plan is we're going to take... Oh, Scotch and Hobbies also bought this one. Nice. My plan is to take a paper towel with some of the all-purpose cleaner just on the outside, just to clean off some of that gunk that's on there. But first, I will start with any of the stickers. So I'm going to get out a scraper. Ooh, hang on. I don't need my blue one today. Let's use the white. Let's use the white one, which is sticky. Hold up a minute. All right, so here's what we're going to do real quick. My scraping tool itself, I don't know if I can get this to show, is gunky. It's got stuff on it already. So I'm going to clean that off first, actually. And we're going to use heptane for this at various parts. In fact, I'm going to put my gloves on for this, because heptane... Now that I'm thinking about it, is a little stronger than the isopropyl alcohol. I'll put on gloves just for safety. It's probably not really a big deal. Heptane, if you're unfamiliar, is kind of like a rubber cement cleaner. I forget what the other name of it is. Benzene, something like that. I forget what the name is of the container that I bought it in. But my little drop bottle was like empty before the stream, so I had to refill that this weekend. So I'm going to do what I kind of do to everything else that's sticky, is I'm going to take some heptane, take off the lid, I'm going to dunk a little Q-tip thingy in there, put the lid back on so I can't dump that all over my desk. I'm just going to take that up to that gooey part and just kind of rub it, and then that goo should come like right off the backside too. That's so get the off of there. All right, let me make sure I got everything I wanted to get. And running around the outside. There we go. All right, so now this scraper tool should be totally good for getting this little sticker. Before I start, I'm going to put my old GameStop Power Up Rewards card underneath here just to give me a little bit of strength and protection as I am putting a plastic scraping tool against this vinyl case to help prevent it from any sort of dings or cuts or anything. Right now, I'm checking all four corners, trying to find if there's like one loose part that's already the weak side. Because if I can find that weak spot, it'll be easier to get the whole thing up from there. It looks like this corner, yep, is the weakest of the four. I'm surprised how much the sticker's on here. It says the date on here is September 4th, 2023. So this sticker is like just a little more than a month old. So I'm surprised how sticky this is, how stuck this is onto it. Usually these come off pretty easily. But once I can get it started, I might be able to just peel it with my fingers and grabbing it. Looks like that's the case here. Okay. Just gonna use that to remove any quick layer of sticky goo. There we go. This sticker that just says it came from GameStop is not really valuable to me, so I'm probably just gonna toss that one. If it had a price sticker on it, I might hang on to it, but I don't think I care. Put that in a random trash pile. All right, and the next step is to take a paper towel and clean this off. All right, give that a good spray. If I really want to be super careful on this one, I might take the artwork out first, just to make sure I don't get that covered in any of the chemicals or anything, but I'm not too worried about this one. And I'm checking to make sure I'm not getting too much color on these as well. Color, again, is implying that I'm getting a bunch of dirt and grime off of here, and if I do see that, I might need to go back at it a second time. Gonna get those fine areas real quick. The part where people put their fingers on it. Go. And then we'll just kind of look and give that another quick once over on the camera. See if I can find any other like smudges or sticky spots or anything that I need to hit up. But I think we're good. Mostly I'm checking the corners where people usually leave stickers, because that's gonna be, where you see a grime spot. But looks like we're doing pretty good here. Looks like we're pretty good. So that's ready to go. That's ready to go in the collection. I'll put that in the good to go pile. Next one up is Kingdom Hearts 3. I finally got a copy of Kingdom Hearts 3. I've had the remastered Kingdom Hearts several times. Every single few days it feels like they come out with another version of Kingdom Hearts that has previous versions attached to it. I have not played a Kingdom Hearts in forever either. Like, I don't actually love the series, but this was like $250 to buy this as part of the 4 for $10 deals. So for $250, I'm willing to throw Kingdom Hearts in my collection. Maybe I'll get around to it one day. Okay, we already have found a pretty weak corner here, so that should come up pretty well. So I'm also kind of like putting my fingers on the vinyl case here to kind of make sure I'm not like pulling and stretching the vinyl as much if I can. Oh, nope, I have an incomplete pass. Incomplete. I got some residuals on that side. So that means I'm going to come from the other side and see if I can peel up from that side. This is going to be a little tough because it's right on the corner. Actually, I'm going to take off the credit card and just work carefully. Because that credit card's actually bending it back up too far. But thankfully, yeah, this is not that old of a sticker, so it does come up pretty gently, pretty easily. And let's try to peel from this side. Nope, same problems. It looks like this was underneath this sticker. Now this one, I might hang on to that sticker. I might hang on to that one. So I'm going to go ahead and flip over. I'm going to get this side real quick. We're going to get this one. This is the much older sticker. February 18th, 2023. One might give me a little more trouble, we'll see. This is also the yellow labels, not the new white ones. These ones are a little more paper and a little... Ooh, that was a good peel right there. These ones are a little more likely to fall apart, I found, than the newer stickers that they use. There was a while back there where GameStop was color coding their stickers that I liked, kind of, admittedly, where used games had yellow stickers and new games had white stickers. So it was easier to see at a distance which ones were which. But they got rid of that because it, takes a little bit more time to switch out which stickers are in the machine every time. There we go. So I've put that sticker back on the other sticker there because I'm actually going to hang on to that. I'm going to put that inside the case to remind myself how much I paid for this. Also, speaking of that, I do not need this yellow sleeve. Game looks fine. No issues there. We'll get rid of that guy. And then, yeah, I'll just kind of stick that in there. Remind myself I bought that for super cheap at GameStop one day. So there it is. $4. Actually, it was cheaper than that. If I have the receipt, I'll put that in there too. But again, when I say it like this, I got like a bajillion games at once. So I don't have a receipt for every item. You almost bought Kingdom Hearts 3 even though you're not a Kingdom Hearts fan, but you found something else to buy instead. Nice. Yeah, it's true. I don't know if you'd be able to just start with Kingdom Hearts 3. I guess it doesn't matter, because I think even if you've played every Kingdom Hearts 3 times, I think you still don't know what's going on. I think you still don't know the story. So I think actually, ironically, its confusion means that you could start anywhere you want in the series. It doesn't matter. You still won't know who you... Like, not knowing what's going on is part of the experience. All you're supposed to know is, oh, that's Aladdin. I've seen him from the movie. As long as you've got the basic Disney knowledge, you're good to go. That's really all you need. The like, oh, look, I'm in Toy Story Land. You're good. That's all you need. There's Woody. That's the character you need to know. Not Zemnis or, any of those goofballs with the weird names that look like giant Scrabble winning scores. You just need to know the Disney properties, because that's what they really want you to know. Other than that, it's like, I don't know, bad guy? What's his motivation? I wouldn't worry about it. How did he get to power? Definitely don't think about it. What exactly is a Kingdom Hearts? Nope. Don't even. Don't go there. Not going to make your experience any better. Mr. Malt Gaming says he's never played any of the game. Scotch and Hobby says doesn't think the gameplay is very fun. Played and owned 1 and 2. Yeah, I think that's it for me too. Like, the gameplay just doesn't quite do much for me. It's fine. It's fine. It's not super amazing. Alright, so at this point now we're going to wipe down that goo. We're going to hope that most of that sticker residue is just going to come off with cleaner. If not, I can use some heptane on there to get it off. But I think we're good. Get that out. Give that a close look. No, you know what? I am going to go ahead and heptane that guy. So, go back to our heptane friend. There's just a little bit of sticker goo on like the corner here. That's kind of like what I couldn't quite get up. Yeah, I'm going to put the lid on here because I have spilled this all over my desk before. And then I'm going to hit up... Yeah, that came right up. As soon as I touched that with heptane, that gooey spot came up. So I'm just going to look to see if there's any other sticker residues over here. I'll flip it over and get the back side as well. Careful not to hit this on the artwork, because this will take the ink off artwork pretty good. Oh yeah, there's a little bit of a goo spot here in the corner. The edge of the sticker. Looks like we got most of that off. That's good. And on this end as well. Perfect. Not too much color or anything, which is good in this case. Not looking for color. Okay. Now then, back to my all-purpose cleaner. Gonna wipe off the heptane I just put on there, as well as any other junk and goo that's on here. Those Kingdom Hearts fans, they can be real messy, real dirty. So you gotta make sure you wipe off all that fandom. Get that off of there. Start fresh. There we go. All right, finished product time. I'm pretty happy with that for $2.50. Probably less than that. I probably got a discount on top of it too. Goofy is the one to watch out for. That's right. Look at that guy. Look at that guy. Guy's up to no good, I tell you. All right. That's, I think, the end of my PS4 games used. Here's a fun one. This is MLB The Show 21. They just gave me the Steelbook. Must have been what they had. They just had the Steelbook. So now I have a Steelbook. This is going to be a little interesting because this is not a vinyl case, in case you haven't noticed. I don't know if I'm going to want to use heptane on this aluminum. I think I would just take this color right off. I don't even think I want to use isopropyl alcohol on here if I don't have to. So this one is all about my scraper tool and hopefully no chemicals. So this sticker's been on here since August 7th, and hopefully I can get it off pretty easily. Again, this metal is probably more likely to scrape than a vinyl case, and I can't use a credit card or anything under here. So this is just going to have to be very careful. So what I'm trying to do to be more careful is I'm trying to keep my tool flat. I'm trying to not go at it at an angle or like this or that. I'm trying to just keep it as flat as I can and just trying to slide underneath one corner. There we go. We got one. Nice and flat. Take your time. Don't scrape that metal. Okay. Can I peel it up now with just my fingers? Again, trying to go nice and slow here because I don't think I can easily fix this one if I really goof it. Looking good so far. Okay. Okay. Again, this one doesn't have a price on it. Doesn't have one on the front, so I'm just going to discard this sticker. For me. Let's take a quick look at where that sticker was. Thankfully, I don't see a lot of marks. There's some scratches that were already there, but I don't think that's from the sticker. And I don't see much goo on there. There's a little bit of goo up here. You can see some of that discoloration. So I am going to take my all-purpose cleaner to this. There's some goo up here too. So let's try our all-purpose cleaner. Give that a spray. I'm gonna kind of rub that in just so it's not as, especially something like this. Let's make sure this is not like a soaking wet one. All right, so nothing's coming off, like in a good way. There's no like, you know, ink that's coming off this steel case. I think we're safe to proceed. I'm just trying to, you know, get a little more attention to the gross areas. There we go. Yep. And then we'll do another spot check and see if we got all the spots we were hoping to get. All right, I did get a little bit of color off of here. It's getting a little brown, but I think that means I've gotten goo. Okay, so up here I'm seeing, let me see if I can show you. There's still a little more goo up there, a little more up here. So I got to go back to that spot. Maybe a little bit of spot down there on his crotch. Did you spill something? Yeah, you spilled something right on your crotch, bud. All right. We'll wipe that off. You'll be fine. You won't have to miss any games or anything. That's just goo. Or just debris, I mean. So I think the back's good. I think we just need to hit those little spots up there. I'm just going to try and take a corner. Just get a little bit of spits. Okay. Yeah, this might be a little bit of sticker residue right here. So hopefully I can get it off with just some cleaner. Or at least get it so you can't notice it as much would be okay too. And let's get that little crotch goober. Oh, that came off. Good. Enjoyed rubbing that guy's crotch. There you go. That's good TOS right there. Good terms of service. Maybe I can scrape that off. Yes. Okay. I can kind of scrape that off if I'm really careful. Though I could scrape off the other one, but not this one. That's okay. You know what? I'm good with that, I think. It doesn't need to be perfect. It is MLB The Show 21. I bought this mostly because I already have a save file from when this was on Game Pass, and so it's no longer on Game Pass, I don't believe. But if I want to play another baseball game, this one already has my save file on it. So I think this was like $2.50 again, so maybe even $2. So no problem. There we go. That's MLB The Show. Next one up is Grid Legends. This one was $10, I think it was, which means it got knocked down to $5. I mean, there's a lot of good racing games for super cheap that you can get on, like, no matter what system you're talking about. Oh, Jackie Robinson, R.I.P. That's right. Yeah, lots of good racing games you can get for super cheap. So, you know, I barely ever buy new racing games. I usually wait 3 or 4 years or more, and then you can get them for so cheap that it's like, how much enjoyment do you have to get out of a racing game before you're like, yeah, I got my $5 worth? You don't have to finish the game either. You just get in a car and drive. It's not like you have to figure out the systems. You just push the go button, buddy. Stay on the track. That's a racing game. That's all you have to do. So yeah, this one's got a sticker on the back. Blue for some reason. I don't know what blue means. Clearance, maybe? I don't know. Sale? Either way, I don't think they were supposed to have printed this in blue. I think they just didn't change off the stickers off the thing. Ooh, there it is. I found the weak spot. Down here. Down here. I bet this will come off pretty easily now. Nice. Yep. Not much residue or anything left behind. Again, no price tag on this one, which is nice. Just means one less sticker for me. So I'm going to go ahead and discard this sticker. And then, yeah, we'll just get another fresh paper towel. Give this a wipe down just to make sure it's in good shape. Just a second here. There we go. Had to mute my Discord tab, because Discord kept beeping at me constantly. All set. Okay. All right, give that a spray. Give it a wipe down. This one looks like it's in really good shape, by the way. Like, I could probably skip this step, but since I'm already doing it for every other game that's in this pile, I might as well do it for this one too. There you go. Grid Legends. Again, they don't really come with manuals these days. Next one up is Subnautica Below Zero. I don't think I can actually play this game. I think this game gives me motion sickness. It's like a first-person underwater level. These things usually destroy my simulation sickness stuff. But I think it's a good game. I mean, in theory, it's a good game. I wouldn't know. I can't play it. But I got it in case I change my mind, or maybe there's some medical improvement that comes years from now where it's like, oh, we solved your simulation sickness problems. There you go. You don't have it anymore. You're cured. And I'll be like, oh, you know what I want to do? I'm going to go back and play Subnautica. The first thing I want to do when I get healed. Oh, you know what? I started too soon. I got to take the sticker off before I wipe it down, because I got to wipe this spot. Oh, also notice carefully, this has that Made in Mexico sticker on, or printing on there. So I gotta be careful when I clean not to wipe off that ink. That ink's not on there very permanently. So we'll see if we can wipe around that. Yeah, sadly, gaming manuals are a relic of the past. I agree. They're just not quite the same thing they once were. Let's point down a little bit more without breaking anything. There we go. Yeah. Notice my face keeps falling off when I go to clean these off. Alright, gotta find the weak spot. It's here somewhere. Oh, it's you, isn't it? It is you. There we go. And so once again, we're gonna try to keep this ink from going anywhere. We're gonna keep an eye on this through the whole process here. So if you notice, under that sticker, Mexico's already gone. Disc printed in Mexico. That's it. It's over. The sticker itself took it off. You can see it right there. The end of the O came right off on the sticker itself. So even just putting that little pre-owned sticker permanently affected this game. You can use that to remove a little bit of the free sticker goo. No price tag, so I'm just going to trash this one. Can't remember what I paid for Subnautica, if it was $5 or $2.50, but it was still pretty cheap. Okay, and then is this enough to wipe it off? I don't think so. I think the cleaner is not too harsh that I can't use that. That said, there is quite a lot of goo on this one. Yep, made in Mexico, still on there. So the cleaner is strong enough to remove dirt and grime, but not so strong that it removes ink, which is why we like it. Is Below Zero a separate game from the original Subnautica? I believe it is. I believe it's a sequel, but that's a good question. Does it say anything on the back? Brave the cold. Arriving with little more than your wits and a small supply pod, find a way to survive in this all-new frozen underwater adventure. All-new frozen adventure, that's what I'm hearing. Brave la foi. Enfrente el frío. So yeah, so I'm guessing this is a brand new adventure from the same people that made Subnautica. But there we go, we got that one wiped off. Good enough, we can put that to the side. Next one up, Battlefield 4. This is another $2.50 per pickup, not too much here. One sticker on the back to get rid of. Now, whichever shop sent me all these, yeah, they almost none of them had a sticker up here. They all just had these pre-owned ones in the back, just to make sure they could tell the difference between new and used. I think this was sold from a warehouse. I think it's where I got this from. And I don't think it actually came from an actual physical GameStop store. I think that's why there's no prices, because I don't think these were ever on shelves, which also means they're probably not as dirty as your average GameStop order. So I think I got pretty fortunate here, honestly. I think I got a way above average collection of used games in this order. There we go. I'm still afraid to order Switch games used, though, because every Switch game I own right now has its case. Every single one of them has its case. So I'm really afraid to buy a Switch game from GameStop and have it come without the original case, and then my collection is more or less ruined. Those I'm only getting in person right now, so I can verify that that has its thing. Especially with a Switch, I think it's really likely for such a small cartridge for someone to say, I don't need this case anymore, and toss it. Now, this one feels grimier than the other games I've been cleaning so far. I believe I do own Battlefield 4 digitally as well. I did mess with a little bit of the Battlefield series. I did enjoy this. Also, see up there, that's too wet. I'm lucky I didn't hit the paperwork. Maybe it did, but I gotta be careful. I use too much cleaner because it's leaking underneath through the cracks, getting onto the artwork, and will cause some permanent damage if I'm not careful. So note to self: ease up a little there, buddy. A little less cleaner. There you go. Battlefield 4, all clean. The Battlefield series is also a really good choice for if you need case replacements, because usually Battlefield games are like $1 or $2. They're usually come in pretty good cases. So if you're like, oh, I did get another game that came loose, Battlefield might be a good way to get another case to put it in. Next up, Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Again, Call of Duty, I don't really play with the multiplayer at all, but first player, the one player stuff is usually pretty good. It's usually worth the $5-ish, maybe even $2.50 if you're lucky, that you can spend on a Call of Duty game on sale. Worth it to play that first player campaign. There we go. Got that corner up. Once again, no price sticker on here, just the identification on the back that this is pre-owned. Ooh, that tore. Okay, we'll have to peel from this side, sideways, and see if we can save this without having to get anything else out. This guy's pretty well on here, actually. I think if I had waited much longer, I think this would have been... This sticker could have been a problem years from now. There we go. Cool. Don't need that. That. And see if I can give this just a little bit less spray this time. Just a little bit, a little spritz. That said, Call of Duty games, sometimes gross. Sometimes gross. So I do want to clean. Oh yeah, we're getting some color off here. This one actually was pretty dirty. Yep. Gross. That would have been on my shelf for years if I didn't do this step to clean this off. I think there's a correlation between Call of Duty players and dirty games. There, I said it. I said it. Okay, so now it's looking a lot better. It's kind of might need a second pass through it. I'm still seeing some spots here and there. Just not as clean as I want. Oh, yikes, there's a hole right there. Quick, bail, bail. Come out, artwork. All right, let me show you what I just did. Right there. I'm losing a little bit of color right under the R and the F there. Not bleeding through the other side yet, but I may have done a little discoloration because there was a hole in this vinyl that I didn't catch right there. And so the cleaner went through that. And it got on the artwork. So that's why, in theory, if I was just doing like really expensive games or whatever, I would be taking out the artwork for these cleanings, is to avoid any sort of damage like that. I don't really mind that little hole on the Call of Duty game case, though. Alright, well, I think we did at least a better job. This doesn't have to be perfect. It just needs to be better than it was. Let me make sure... Good with all that back here. Dry off that little bit. Maybe give that a quick wipe down while I'm back here. Just in case there's anything else I can remove. There we go. That paper towel's trash. Probably dried off enough now that I can put this back. Here's an interesting sticker I'm not going to remove, by the way. Well, there we go. I'm going to go ahead and leave on this seal that they broke through, the new copy seal. That's one sticker I don't really have a problem with. The one that says you got a new game. If this was my game, I would peel, like if I bought this new, I would peel that off. But I do think that's kind of a cute little thing, is to be like, yeah, someone just cut through this seal. It was like the original Microsoft branded identification thing on it. There's Call of Duty Modern Warfare. Better than it was. Ready to add to the collection. Next one up is a kind of a funny story here. This one's Back for Blood. It does have some pretty bad sticker goo kind of all over it. So this one's going to take some cleaner. So we're going to need some heptane on this case to get rid of whatever's going on back here. This has new stickers on it. If I flip it over, they don't have a sticker here, but if I crack this open, it has a pre-owned disc. Uh-oh. We okay? We good? All right. We just lost everything for a second. Hang on, hold please. Make sure we're good. Still streaming, yeah? Still good? We okay, everybody? Did I just lose it? No, I think we're okay. I think we're good. Sorry about that. I don't know what that was. We glitched for a second. Yeah, it looks like it just had a bitrate drop there for a second. Okay, so this copy of Back for Blood is a used disc inside what appears to be a new case. This is a GameStop new case, which is, you know, where it's been on the shelf forever and it's got goobers. So they would call this as probably a new case. I'm going to say it looks terrible. But the game itself is fine. It doesn't really matter. As long as it plays, I don't really care too much. Inside looks fine. I'm not going to worry about that. I just need to get these stickers off here. Oh, no. Uh-oh. Uh-oh. We all right? Well, looks like my webcam app just crashed. Hold, please. Is that all that crashed? I think so. I think we're good. We good now? Are you happy? Oh, you know what? Hang on. I gotta do something real quick. Saturation nerf. That'll help. There we go. Make that a little clearer to read. Got it. All right, sorry about that. I don't know what happened there. Driver issues, I guess. But yeah, so this is a used game. I don't need the sleeve. We'll toss that. We just got to focus on these stickers. Yes, crashed. Good. Everything on good on your end, Mr. Mullet. Everything okay? Any issues at this point? You're happy. Well, that's way more than I could ask for. I was just asking if it was working on your end. If the fact that I made you happy, that's even better. What a happy accident. Looks a little weird on my end still. I think I'm all right. I think I'm good. As long as it looks good on the stream for everybody else, then we're good. All right, so yeah, so we got some real good sticker goo out of here. This comes right off because it's barely stuck to anything. Because it's got this weird, terrible disaster underneath it. Look at this disaster. Look at this disaster up here. We got goo. We got goo is what we got. No, ironically, the back of this one doesn't have any stickers. I am going to take off the artwork for this one. Because I'm going to use heptane, which is super strong on this. That should get rid of this like weird hazy stuff. But can do some real havoc on the artwork. So just to be safe, we'll put that to the side. We're gonna go ahead and get like a quick layer of heptane on here to get this started. Actually, that might be all I needed. Is that all I need? Nah, I'm gonna do one more quick dunk, and then I'll put the lid back on. I'm gonna do a little bit of scrubbing with my heptane. It's possible this might not be strong enough in itself, and we may need to get some Goo Gone in here, but we'll see. Ooh, some nice squeaky noises there. Yeah, this actually might require some heptane. Or sorry, some Goo Gone, which is usually too strong for what I like to use, but sometimes you gotta do what you gotta do. Back here so I can push a little harder. Yeah, the heptane got a lot of this off. It was like a good first pass, I think, but I think I gotta bring in reinforcements. Also, while I'm here, let me get off this paper. That's gonna be in my way. Thanks, heptane, for making that easy to come off. Scrape that paper part away best I can. Probably might not be. Well, no, we might be able to get all of it. All right, close enough. We got to go stronger here. We gotta go Goo Gone. I don't start with Goo Gone because it can be more damaging to the final case than Heptane would be. Sometimes when you get like goo messes like this, you gotta go for it. So I'm gonna do the same method though, where I'm gonna dunk a Q-tip into the Goo Gone. Put that to the side. Oh yeah, that came right off. That came right off with the Goo Gone. Normally you want to just let this sit for a minute so it can eat away at whatever it is it's fighting. Especially this little paper bits right there. So my plan was just to put to do 2 passes here. One to let it sit for a second. And then one to go back and start scrubbing it, the bits. And then if I have to do another Heptane after this, I think that's okay too. Wow, yeah, this is quite the goo. Possible that's something more than just sticker residue. That could be like maybe at heat damage. Maybe. Might be some like just permanent staining. Let's go ahead and give this a second dunk and a second pass. See if that helps here. I don't know if we're going to get this one perfect or not. I don't think we will. But I'm very happy to get it better than it was. Maybe the scraping tool will work here. Maybe I can scrape some of this goo off. A little bit. Some of this goo can get scraped off. Some of it can't. It's possible, yeah, this could be vinyl damage. This could be damage that I can't recover from. Can't quite heal it, you know? I can just remove what's on top of it, but if it's got cuts into it, where it's eating away at that vinyl like that. See it. It's better, though. I think we've made a difference. So I think my plan is to go in one more time with Heptane after this. Man, I can't believe that spot right there. Oh, it's because it's on the card underneath. Nice. Alright. That is a ruined Q-tip. Put the goo on away for now. I'm hoping I don't need it again, but we'll see. So we're going to Heptane this, and then after Heptane, we're going to go back with All-Purpose Cleaner to remove all the chemicals we've put on here, as well as get any other, you know, random dirt and grime that was already on here. I am glad at this point I took the artwork out, though, because I really had to attack this guy. This does not look like it's doing anything at this point, but at least it's getting rid of any of the goo gone that was there. Yeah, this Heptane bit didn't do anything. Yeah, I think this has just been damaged, but that's okay. It's just back for blood. Not a huge deal. Better than not having the original case and manual. Let's get this card out and I can show you like what it looks like now. Like it's still got that like residual kind of fogginess to it. But I will say it's better than it was before we started. It's like we got off like 85% of it maybe. Which again, it's kind of like my whole goal, really. I'm not trying to resell this as new or anything, right? It's just to clean off the gunk, make it look more presentable and not embarrassing. And most importantly, for the discs to play. As long as the disc plays, I kind of don't care that much. Yeah, paper towel's not doing much here either, which is fine. Which is fine. I guess I can try getting it from underneath a little bit. See if is there any chance any of this is under. No, it doesn't feel like it. I can't feel anything under here, you know what I mean? I can't feel that damage. It was just on this side, so I'm just go ahead and clean off the corners and edges before I put the artwork back on. Oops. Flip that up. There we go. There we go. That's a little better. So yeah, still a little bit of marks and warping there. But once I put the artwork on here, you may not be able to see it as much. And certainly once it's sitting on my shelf, it won't be as noticeable there either. Let's put this in. Let's see that finished product. Yeah, if you look close, yeah, that's bad. But if you look from a distance, it's not terrible. If this were a more valuable game to me, I would also consider, you know, would I want to do a case swap with this and get it swapped out for another one? You know, maybe an old sports game or Call of Duty or Battlefield or something. You could do that. You could do that. But I think Back 4 Blood is one that I think it's okay to have that be loose. Now, I'm trying to get this just under. I'm trying to get this inside the vinyl. Not get it lined up right. How's that? Is that better? It's still sticking out there at the bottom a little bit. Can I push that under? Yeah, there you go. All right, we learned something today. Just use my little scraping tool to shove those corners back in. Same up here. Can I shove that back in a little bit? There we go. I guess it just kind of doesn't fit. It's just kind of... There it goes. It's like a perfect fit. But I guess that's part of why you would get the artwork off before you clean it, is because these edges are right on the artwork. All right, that's enough of Back 4 Blood. I'm not gonna keep this sticker because I didn't actually buy it new. I bought it used, so this sticker is lying, and therefore it is trash. Card that. Put Back 4 Blood back on the pile. Next up, another excellent cheap game, Call of Duty World War II. Another one. This cost me $2.50. Fun fact, I actually had bought this game previously on another GameStop 4 for $20 sale. Back then it was in the $10 range, and they sent me a generic one with didn't have the case and manual on it, so I actually rebought this one. And I kind of did a quick case swap and found the one that has the most pieces and parts in it. Put it all together on the inside. Does that have the code on it? No, okay. Yeah, put it all together on the inside, and then the generic case that my old one came in is going back to GameStop as a return. So, there you go. There you go. All right, let's stick that in the corner. There we go. Hopefully get under this sticker. There we go. Yep, not too stuck on there, despite being from January. Come off. The games you bought are so different from the games I bought. Different tastes. Yeah, tell me more about what you got, Scotch and Hobbies. A lot of what I got are games that are not games I play a lot of. I don't play a lot of Call of Duty. Like, I very little, but I think that's part of how I collect my games is I think of my collection more as a library. Oh, these stickers are backwards. Fun. My collection is more of a library for people to peruse and say, you know, like if I am in the mood to play a first-person shooter, a Call of Duty game, I don't even know when that could be. That could be 10 years from now. You know, maybe I'm in the mood for it, or maybe I want to experiment with it. Maybe it's like, hey, I heard someone say this Call of Duty game was fun. I want to try them out. For the $2.50 that I paid for this, like, I can easily do that. I can easily throw that in my collection. And one day I can try it out and see how it is. I guess it's kind of like people do with like emulation nowadays, to be fair. They probably just add every single game to an emulator, and then they just say like, okay, now that I have every game on an emulator, I can just, you know, boot them up and see what they are. I guess this is my legal way of doing the same thing. Also, once again, notice that the end of Exico in the made in has been removed by the sticker. The sticker goo has taken that ink straight off of here. So these stickers do more damage than you realize. That's why they got to come off most of the time. Now this price sticker is also lying to me. I'll go ahead and put these together. There we go. This one did not cost $15. It cost me $2.50. So I'm not sure if I'm going to keep this or not, the sticker. I got to think about it. Because if I look back on this later and say, you paid $15 for this game, I might feel like a doofus, so. But that said, this case looks pretty good. Just a few little bits and bobs. Well, you really can't see because it's got like the muddy artwork. But there, you can see a little bit of that on the reflections. So we'll just give this a quick wipe down and then we should be good. Take my credit card out of it though. You have a pickup stream soon, so you're not going to spoil. That's fair. That's fair. Waiting on one more package, and it's coming from Canada. Ooh, boy. Yeah. Yeah, that was part of why I didn't do a stream last week, is I had a bunch of GameStop orders still arriving. They were, like, shipped, and they were, like, 1 day away from my house. I think they came in on Monday. So I was like, all right. But that's also now why I have so much to show off and clean here, is I have, like, a month's worth of pickups to do all at once. Mr. Mullet Gaming says he lives on the wild side and he loves emulation, in fact. I do like emulation, but I only like emulating old stuff. Oh, I just noticed you got an automod. Hang on, let me put that back in there. There you go. You said I'm an emulator junkie forever. My automod was like, junkie, not sure I like that word. I'm like, nah, junkie's fine. It's fine. It's fine. No problem with that. So there's Call of Duty 2, all clean, ready to go. Good job for $2.50. Next one up, Call of Duty. Wow, Just Cause 3. Oh yeah, I didn't decide what to do with this sticker. Nah, I'll toss it. I didn't pay anything close to 50, so that's just gonna throw me off the scent. Just Cause 3. Is there anything? This one is stuck to the plastic above and not the vinyl below as well, so this should be relatively easy to remove. Though unfortunately, it does have a gouge right there that someone else did before me. We do have the sticker on the back. Oh yeah, that one comes like right up. This is a no tool necessary removal. Yep, that came right off. But yeah, a lot of my collection in general is, I do fill it with a lot of games that I sometimes say, I don't know if I'm ever going to play that game. And I buy it anyway, mostly because it's cheap, but I think because I wonder if future me will change my mind. I've done that before where future me has been like, oh, this game that I picked up on like a whim ended up being really good, or ended up being like really expensive and sought after. So I'm glad I bought it when I had the chance. All right, so we do have a little bit of residue here. I think some nice heptane should get rid of that pretty well. Emulation is great for practicing old games. It is, yes. You bought games from Dean at Round 2 Gaming. Nice. The video game library guy. Nice, nice. Yeah, you don't buy games you don't intend to play. You want all kill or no filler on my shelves. I think that is a good strategy. I do very much appreciate that strategy. I think that's a smarter way to go than my method, that is, of the buy games you don't know if you're going to play. I think for me, a lot of times I'll buy games that like are good, but they're not my style of game. So let's say a really good example that's going to be like a Resident Evil game. That I don't like horror games. I don't like them. Can't play them. Games like Subnautica, you know, like that's a good game. It got like a Metacritic score of in the 80s somewhere. Like, you know, Resident Evil games, very good. So it's not coming off all the way. It's better, but it's not coming all the way off. But that's all right. Yeah, Resident Evil games. I can't play them, but I buy them anyway in case I change my mind later. Maybe later, future Chad will like horror games. Maybe if I want to say I want to give horror games another chance, maybe Resident Evil is a really good place to start, right? And so by buying that game for cheap now, I make it so I've given myself a future self a present that they can enjoy later. But you're right. To Scotch and Hobbies, your point is valid that, like, what's the point of spending that money on that game if you don't think you're going to play it? And even if you change your mind and you want to play it later, there's methods to do that. There's other methods to get that Resident Evil game later. It's not like it's disappeared off the face of the earth. It's still available. There's probably a remaster that you could get. It's a better version of the game than you could buy today. So, you know, there's a lot to be said for that argument of, you know, you don't have to buy it. Ooh, this is fun. Look at that. This is the sticker back here. This game was pre-owned. Any offers, bonus content, and online play may not be what? I bet this sticker here, this top one, I bet that's really hard to get off of. Mr. Mullet Gaming says he's got to head out. Great stream. Take care, all y'all. Thanks, Mr. Mullet Gaming, for coming in. Thanks. Happy to have you here. Hope you have a great rest of your Sunday, and I hope to catch you again soon. Whether here or on your site. Maybe I'll just come on over, you know? Maybe it'll be at Torg. Who knows? But you have a good one. All right, here's a big question. Is that going to come with it? It is! Yes! Oh, that was good. That was a good peel. All right, so this other sticker wasn't very papery, so it did come off pretty easily, but it was one I was not familiar with, so I was kind of scared by it. But it was good. It came off. Just Cause 3 sticker back away here, by the way, also has the wrong price on it. $15. I definitely didn't pay $15 for it. I already forget what I paid for it. It was either 5 or 10. Or 5 or $2.50, I mean. So we can trash that. And then, yeah, Rage 2. I don't need that one either. That one can also be discarded. Yeah, Rage 2. I didn't even talk about this one. It's another one that, like, I don't even know if I like. I don't really love Bethesda games. I don't know if I've played the other Rage 1 game. I have it, though, in case future me wants to give it a shot. But again, this game was $2.50. So for $2.50, this game has pretty good reviews. People like Bethesda games. Maybe one day I'll try it. I kind of see this all as like a big fancy retirement plan for me, but like a retirement plan that's not going to be to make money off of. It's like for something to do. I'm buying all these games today, and then once I retire, whenever that day comes, I'm just going to play video games all day. That's all I do. And then at that time, who knows what I might be in the mood for, you know? That's, geez, 20-ish years from now, 25-ish years from now, probably never. At the bare minimum, it's got to be 15 years from now, more than that. And so I don't know what 15 years from now Chadley is going to like, what he's going to be into. But I want to be able to just sit and play my games. And so that's why I'm building a collection now. You have 42 pickups to show off in your next stream. 42 pickups. Maybe more if you end up finding more games you want before then. This is a pretty big one. I don't know how much I've got here. I've lost count, but I might be close to 42. Next one up. Here's an example. I think this game almost cries out for the exact conversation we were just having. The last Mortal Kombat game I bought new was like Mortal Kombat 1 for Super Nintendo or Sega Genesis or both. I bought Mortal Kombat 3 collection on Super Nintendo off of my buddy when he was selling off his collection. So I did buy that, but I don't even know if I played it. Not sure I did. I was really shocked to learn that Mortal Kombat is like has a huge story mode now that is like it's almost an FMV game. It's almost because it's almost like a visual novel almost because it's got so much story and a little bit of gameplay. Well, my least favorite part of the Mortal Kombat is the gameplay because I'm not really that competitive. I'm not very good at, fighting games. I'm not twitchy enough. But you know what I do like? I do like some dumb, stupid lore. And I tell you what, Mortal Kombat games, I don't know when this changed exactly, but they've got a ton of dumb, stupid lore. So I am hurrying to get back to this Mortal Kombat series, pick up all the games I missed out on that I can get now for pretty cheap, and maybe dive into the stupid, stupid lore. I am so excited for it. You're going to be trying not to buy games, though, because you have the Kansas City Retro Game Expo in December. You want to save as much money as you can to go to that. Nice. Yeah, that's going to be like Torque for me a little bit. Is some of those pre-owned games I'm going to pick up there. You know, where there's not going to be not going to be paying taxes, not going to be paying shipping charges on all your pickups. Okay, let's give this a quick wipe down. This might be about the end of this paper towel, by the way. We got enough for one more game at least. Not too bad, only a tiny bit of color. Another idea I thought of for like a channel as a, you know, content creator would be to create a channel that was just called like Year Behind Gamer. And every single game you play or buy on stream is like a year after it came out. So imagine if you're playing like, you know, Tears of the Kingdom next May, and you say you bought it for like $40, $30 or something instead of the new game price. And then you play through that with people watching, you know? I thought that'd be a pretty fun channel idea. So that's Mortal Kombat 10. Quick and easy. Here's one I did debate upon pretty good. Alex Kidd in Miracle World. This is one where, like, I'm not sure this is that good of a game. I had this, like, in my cart staring at it for a while before I decided to get it. I ended up getting it, or deciding to get it, because I had an odd-numbered combination. I think I had, like, you know, let's say, like, 3 games toward a 4 for 20 or something. And so I needed one more anyway. So I was like, all right, I'll throw in Alex Kidd to get everything else cheaper. You want to save at least $500 or more, because you know you're going to run into a bunch of PS2 and 3 stuff you want. Yeah. I think when... It wasn't Torg, it was the one before that in Columbus. Which one was that? Korgs, which is Central Ohio Retro Gaming Society. Korgs had its in-person one last year, and I think I spent $200 there, not meaning to spend $200. I just showed up and spent every dollar that was in my wallet, and then ran out of money, and then PayPal'd after that, after I found yet another thing I wanted to buy really badly. So I got to $250, or $200, I mean, sorry, $200 in that exchange. I'm gonna keep this sticker this time. I accidentally went nuts. And so who knows what's going to happen for Torg. I'm, again, going to, you know, make a withdrawal before I go. Probably print off a list of things to remind myself to look for. Keep myself on track a little bit so I don't just buy stuff that, like, I already have or don't need. I mean, I don't need any of them, let's be honest. I'm good. But yeah, if there's a lot of what I'm looking for and it's good prices, I might spend a ton. And if they have nothing, might just get 1 or 2 things to say I was there, and then that might be it. Oh no, come back. Alright, close enough. Rolling on me. Ah, no, it's not good. Nice enough. Can I fix that? Is it too late? It's too late, that's on there. Okay, that's fine. Here, what I guess I could do is fold it again. And we'll just kind of stick that. Well, it does have a manual at least, so like, it's the fact that if I got this one generic, I would have been pretty upset. But to get this one complete with the manual in pretty good shape, that one makes me feel better about the pickup. That's smart. You won't be printing a list, but you'll just have a backloggery updated to make sure you don't buy a second copy of something I forgot I had, Lamau. Yes, absolutely true. Absolutely. I use Game Eye and have the same thing, that I use that to say, wait, I don't already have a copy of this, do I? Ooh, a little bit of schmutz in the corner there. Can we get that off? Yeah, we can get that off. Good work. What happened to me, I think my first CorexCon I went to, they couldn't get internet working inside the building, which was really fun because a lot of the vendors, they use the internet to know what they should be charging for every game. They have no idea what anything's worth. They look up every game before they, go to a convention, whatever, and say, all right, according to price charting, this game costs this, so that's what this game costs. So when I went there and there was no internet, people just had to guess. They were like, ooh, I think this game's like $5. And sometimes they were right and sometimes they were real wrong. So I picked up a few steals at that one for real cheap because they didn't know what stuff costs. I think that's where I bought Tecmo Super Bowl for $5. I was like, what are you doing? This game goes for like 20. You're way off, sir. I think I even asked the guy, I was like, $5. That's it for Tecmo Super Bowl? You sure? He's like, yeah. I'm like, okay, here's $5. And I ran away before he said I stole from him. All right, we are now getting into some more retro stuff. You've done that before. You've accidentally bought a second copy of Disgaea 4 because I thought the one I had was missing, but it was, nope, it was 3 that you needed. Yes. All right, PS3 game. I was shocked I didn't own this one. When I went back and cleaned up all my PS3 collections, because I bought a PS3 really late. Really late. A PS4 was out when I bought a PS3. I meant to buy this game. I never bought it until now. I think this $10 price is off too. I think I paid $250 for this. So I was really scared, and fortunately I got case and manual and everything. So that's a great purchase. Felt really good about that one. This one's gonna be a little tough to get up though. Try getting this off. Ah, there's the weak spot. It's on this side. Of course. Yeah, the Disgaeas, I can't keep them straight, and I can't tell the difference between them in a sense of like, is the gameplay in any of them different enough that you really feel like you need to play all of them? Like when I bought the first Disgaea back on the Nintendo DS, I was really surprised how much I didn't like Disgaea 1. So I always wondered, did they like clean up the series after that now it's a lot more fun than it was? But the things that they sell themselves on, I actually really don't like. They're like, oh, these numbers are huge. You do 1.5 million damage. I'm like, my brain can't process that. Just give me the small number that my small dumb brain can figure out. I didn't like that. And then they were like, with the weird like strategy of like, oh, you gotta like build a big chain by going here or there. Like I never figured that out. It never made sense to me. And then plus on top, oh, nope, didn't get all of it. Plus on top of that, all the amount of grinding you have to do in Disgaea games. I was like, no, I don't like grinding. I want the shortcuts in the story. But I'm not here for the grinding. I got other games to play. So I bought a few more Disgaea games since that first one, but yeah, I've never really played them, and they're pretty low on my to-do list. I do occasionally pick them up when they're real cheap, but they are among my least favorite strategy games. Ah, we're tearing there. We got some old stickers hiding under this here Hot Shots golf game. So this is where our scraping tool really comes in. There we go. Keep that nice and flat. We'll get under there eventually. Go. Oh. It's the story that's the interesting part. You've only ever played Disgaea 1 but never finished it. Just love strategy RPGs, so try to get any of them and all of them that you can. Yep. I also love strategy RPGs. It is among my favorite genres. I do think it's funny that the first strategy RPG I ever played, I think, was Fire Emblem, and it would have come out in like 2001. So I would have been like, oh my goodness gracious, like 17 when I played my first strategy RPG, and really liked it. But it's funny to think like how late into the game that is to like experience something new. And it's not like, say, like a roguelike today, where it's like, oh, this series is kind of like a new thing, or like Vampire Survivors, sort of. Like, that's a new genre that didn't exist before. Or like, yeah, like roguelikes like Hades and stuff. Like Hades, like roguelikes from after Hades are totally different than the other roguelike before that. This manual is actually not in great shape. You know what? I'm not gonna mess with it. It's fine. It's just a PS3 game. I am gonna hang on to this though, because that makes me laugh. Here we go. This case does need a good wipe down. I guess sports games are kind of like that for me too, but not as extreme. That you know, I didn't like sports or sports games until I was in like a freshman in high school, maybe. Like the first time you ever played like a Madden or like a NCAA football or really any of those EA sports, like the first one. Do you remember the first time you played one of those and how it was like, I'm so addicted to this sports game? It's kind of like that. Yeah, this game, I'm getting some color off of this one. It's gonna need a little bit more scrubbing and rubbing than the other ones did. Someone needed to save this poor copy of Hot Shots Golf. Someone needed to give this guy a home. And it's me. I'm that guy. There we go. Hot Shots Golf, out of bounds, PS3. Oops, already slid out the game. Stick that back in there. Here's another game that I am both happy and embarrassed to put in my collection. Burnout Paradise. The reason I'm embarrassed is I think this is the third time I bought this game. I have this digitally. I did buy it digitally, so I don't really need the physical copy. And I have the Xbox One version digitally as well, so I don't really need the Xbox 360 version. However, this was $250, and Burnout Paradise is one of the most beloved racing games. So I was like, you know what, for $250, I'm in. I'm going to back up a copy of it. Get another one. The only sports you enjoy are hockey and soccer. You played a lot of FIFA 98 and on Nintendo 64 growing up, and really only play NHL 96 on Genesis when I want a hockey fix. That's fair. The last hockey video game I really enjoyed. I played NHL a little bit. In fact, it might have a NHL in one of these stacks somewhere. That's right. I think I got to pull that out still. I played them a little bit. They're okay, but the game I had the most fun with hockey lately was Super Blood Hockey, which is made by the same publisher, at least, of what's that other game? Slayaway Camp. It's from I believe the same people of Slayaway Camp, if not at least the same publisher. What is that sticker? What is this guy? I don't know whose sticker that is. Insider Club? What is this $15 sticker? I don't recognize that. I don't know what store that is. See if that one will come up too. But yeah, Super Blood Hockey, I really enjoyed. It's a little more arcadey. It's like a 2D kind of looking thing, so it's certainly, you know, not as serious. In this one, you play as like you're the like owner of the team, but like you're in jail for some reason, and all of the players that you put on your team are other people in jail, other prisoners. And your people, you can like give them steroids to make them stronger and like raise their stats and stuff. But also, they can then die of a drug overdose if you give them too much steroids, and they don't really know when is too much. It kind of just comes out randomly. And you get to like level up all your players and stuff. So it still gave me that sort of like old school EA Sports like franchise mode feel to it that I really enjoyed. And you can like, you know, sign new free agents and stuff all the time. But yeah, and then your players can also die if they get like beat up in a game. If they lose a fight too much, they can actually die from losing in a fight, and then you don't have that player anymore. They're just dead, and you have to get a new player because yours died. It ended up being like a super fun way to play it. Like, it's gross, whatever, but like, who cares? I thought it was fun. All right, definitely keeping this $5 sticker. Go. You just found this. It looks awesome. Yeah, put it on your wish list. It does go on sale pretty recently. I got it in a bundle that came with Slay Away Camp. I don't know if that's still true in the PlayStation Network store. It may take a little bit of research to try to find that out. On the Switch, at least, it had a bundle at the time. But definitely add that to your wish list. Next time that goes on sale for like, I don't know, $5 or less, then I would go for it and pick it up. Another weird glitch on my stream. We're having glitches today. I don't know what to deal with the glitches. Sorry about that. Not sure if it's my computer, if it's OBS, if it's Twitch, if it's my internet. Could be anything. Maybe it's each glitch is something else. Who knows? Sorry about that. You got Slay Away Camp in a bundle with Tamashi. I don't know that one. And Demon Pit. Yep. Yep. Pretty good. Pretty good. But yeah, I really enjoyed Super Blood Hockey, and I even got to play it multiplayer one day. I actually had a couple of my high school buddies come over once, but we never do this anymore. But we all got to play a little bit of Super Blood Hockey together, and it was super fun. Play that with. Well, where'd my sticker go? I had it. I already put it in there. It's already in there. Tamashi is a puzzle platformer. Nice. All right, there's Burnout Paradise. Case and manual for $5 or for $2.50. Heck yeah. Heck yeah. Another super cheap one. This was not $35. I think I paid $2.50